It is recording to the network. Okay. Uh, if you have a highlighter, I'm going to use it. I'm going to actually use two different types of highlighters. So if you have two, that's great. That's not 100, that's 10 degrees, right? Yesterday we started talking about this, and I will talk again. Watch what it says here, supplementary angles. I reviewed it before we started this unit. I reviewed it with you a couple times, and I will take you back to yesterday's notes there. Where was that? 282. Keep 269 open, but 282, you recall this question involving supplementary angles? I would definitely have that highlighted so when you review, you see it. And so we talked about the fact that if there's a straight line, if you have one side of the split, you can easily find the other side just using the 180 property. And so this involved, this was a cosine law example. This is going to be now a sine law example. And this is actually based on an old exam question, old provincial exam question. Okay, students were given something like this. And so I'm going to kind of guide you through it and see if you could figure out where to put the numbers. So take 2 to 3 minutes by yourself, just read that, and maybe just lightly put numbers in this triangle. See if you could figure it out. So read the question and see if you could put down the angles and side lengths. Keep in mind you might have to erase them. That's fine. Okay. Take a couple things here. So the first thing is that the photographer is standing, right, 325 feet away from the base of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, right? So that one, I was hoping that one would be an easier one to locate. So this is the base, right? We're gonna go with capital B here. This is the photographer. We're gonna go with capital P on this side. The 325 feet go here, right? Because the photographer is standing 325 from the base of the tower. Let's keep reading. The tower is leaning 10 degrees off the vertical. That one is complicated. That one threw a lot of students off. So what is the vertical? So if you think of the ground like this, vertical goes straight up at a 90-degree angle. Okay, so this is a vertical line. Oops, can't see that, sorry. My bad, my bad. So if this is the ground, vertical goes like that. Oh, think of this, horizon, right? The sun sets on the horizon, horizontal, vertical goes up and down, okay? Now it's saying this tower, it could be a post, whatever, it's leaning 10 degrees off of the vertical. So it's saying that it's 10 degrees off of the vertical. So if you have a 90-degree angle in here and you add 10, you get 100. Right? If you're a 90-degree and that post starts leaning, the angle gets bigger and bigger, right? So the 100 goes here. This angle right here is 100 degrees. Okay? On your diagram, you add the 100. Use an arrow from here pointing to this sketch on the side, right? So you know what happened. Okay? Let me just zoom out a little bit. There we go. Did that make sense? The 90 plus the 10, right? This word right there told you that you have a 90-degree, but you're leaning 10 degrees off of it, right? So it's 100. If it would be leaning 15, it'd be 105. It changes, right? So there's the 100. Consider the diagram to determine the length of the tower. Okay. What else can we find? Like, let's focus on the diagram now. What else can we label in here? Matthew, pay attention for now, okay? I know you're explaining it to him, but this is 153 here. What is this? It's a straight line, right? So what will this be? Inside. So this is outside. This will be inside. So 180 minus 153, and that is 27. So this angle right there is 27 degrees. Okay. And just write down over on top of it supplementary angles, like that. So a lot of information was just knowing properties, knowing what terms mean, right? Keywords. So we have got angle P down here. Base is here, angle B. Let's call this up here T for top, right? So sometimes you have to be creative with letters. You can call it ABC, that's fine. And so what is A asking us? The length of the tower. So this is the length of the tower. We can call this lowercase p. Across from capital B, we have lowercase b there. And now we can go ahead and answer. A is asking for the length of the tower. What should I use to get me started here? Which law? Definitely not side, 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 right? It's definitely not side, angle, side, is it? There's no two sides and an angle in between. Can I have a pair, perhaps? Whenever you have angle and angle, two angles, find the third, okay? So angle T is 180 minus 27 minus 100. So let's figure that out. And what is that? It's 53 degrees. I'm going to underline it because it's going to go over here, 53. Okay. So now I have a pair. Okay, I will just do this, arrow, arrow. There's my pair. So sine of 53 over 325 is equal to, they want the length of the tower. So I got to use which angle? 100 or 27? 27 because it's across. And that's P, which is the length of the tower. It's okay to call it L. Like if you had rather wanted to call it L, you can do that. Cross, multiply, and divide. 25 times sine of 27 divided by sine of 53. P is going to be equal to 184.75. That is the length of the tower right there. I know you know how to use sine law, it's just getting there, right? That was probably half the battle, is getting there, filling in the information, right? B, read the question. I'm not going to scroll up there, just read it. The direct distance between the photographer and the top of the tower. So they want side B, right? They want the longest side in this triangle. So I'm going to start with the pair that I already knew. And now I'm going to use sine of 100. And that'll be that. Cross multiply and divide. 325 times sine of 100. Sine of 53. B is equal to 400.76 feet. C is asking for, there's no math involved for question C. What would it be though if you read the question? You just have to pick the right number. Determine the angle of elevation from the photographer to the top of the tower. Which one is it? Is it 153? Is it 27? 100? What's an angle of elevation? We need to know that it's between the horizontal and the line looking up, right? So it's 27 degrees. Okay. All right. Let me give you a little bit of a review here. Okay. It's called choosing a law. Remember that worksheet booklet that I gave you at the beginning? Every unit has one. It looks like this. Whatever you don't finish here, I want you to do that at home. And I will post the answer key as well. Okay?